Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Yes She Can project. I am delighted to be joined by the gorgeous Joyce. Hello, Joyce.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. If you could introduce yourself for anybody who doesn't know and tell us what you do, please.
Hi, so I'm Joyce Connor and I'm a freelance makeup artist. I've been in the industry for 25 years. I do lots of makeup for lots of lovely women and I absolutely love doing my job. I'm so passionate about it.
Oh, you used to, obviously because we've spoken before, you used to live in New York. Ooh, fancy. And that's where your makeup journey and your passion began. Can you talk me through a little bit about how that happened?
Yeah, so, well, my mum went to live in New York in the 80s, so I'm giving away my age there. I was married and mum set off in 1988 to live in New York. And in the mid-90s, I decided I wanted to live there too. So packed up, me and my kids, went to live in New York. And at that time, I had no idea how to wear makeup. So I started going into the department stores, Macy's, Bloomingdale's, all of those, and having my makeup done each day. And I thought, oh my God, I love it. I love having my makeup done. I loved that feeling of feeling good when I looked in the mirror and saying, wow. And I wanted to give that same feeling back to other women. So when I came back, I was out there for about 6 months. So when I came back, it was almost as if it was meant to be a course at my local college in beauty and makeup for mature students. I mean, at 30, you're mature. 30-year-old mature student enrolled on this intensive course. It nearly killed me. It was so difficult because people think that makeup is just, oh, you just put a bit of makeup on, but there's a lot more to it. You know, I had to do the Royal Institute of Public Health and Hygiene exam, anatomy and physiology, skin disorders and diseases. There's so much more involved than there is just getting
slapping a bit of makeup on.
Yeah. A bit on, yeah, exactly. So yeah, and that was I left college in 97. And I've been freelance ever since, and here I am now 24 years later, still doing the same thing.
And still wanting to do the same thing, being passionate about making people feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love. But you know, there's so many different strings to my bow. You know, but I was traveling back to New York to learn more about makeup, more about different techniques, more about products as well. There's so much to learn. You never stop learning. I'm still doing courses now, 24 years on.
Wow, that's incredible. So not only makeup artistry that you do, you actually educate other people and hold workshops and classes. Can you tell us a bit more about that side of your business? Because it's like you say, it's an extra string to your bow as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So in January, I've always wanted my own studio out of home because I've been working from home for years. And I found a room that was just perfect in the town centre. I moved in on the 4th of January and that night we went into full lockdown. I mean, that was so heartbreaking to think I've just found the ideal place and I can't even open. So I turned it around and I started doing skincare and makeup lessons online. So, and I'm still doing those now, even though people are back to face-to-face jobs, I can still teach people online nationally and internationally. So it's been fantastic.
Wow. I can't imagine how scary that must have been for you. I mean, nerve-wracking anyway to have opened and take, because it's a massive leap, isn't it, to go from freelancing to actually having somewhere bricks and mortar. How scary was that?
Yeah.
And then to find out that night.
It was so scary, and you know, my heart just sank, and I thought, what can I do? What could I do? And I knew that I could do something online, and that's what I did. I just and I made beauty boxes for people, and I was teaching group skincare lessons to women, and it was amazing. Everyone, I packaged up little packages and sent them off out in the post, and then we did a Zoom meeting, and it was so good. So now at my studio, now that I'm open, I'm doing one-to-one lessons for teens, skin workshops. And, you know, obviously I want this to grow more into doing demos, masterclasses, all kinds of things. I've got a very long list, Michelle.
And you can do them all. I have faith in you.
I'm going to do them all.
And so let's talk about the bridal makeup side of things. Because obviously you always see people, like whether it's on TV or in photographs and things, and you always see the poor makeup artist running around. How much pressure is that on you as an individual to be doing the makeup for someone's big day?
It's huge. The pressure is huge. And, you know, you're not just a makeup artist, you're a counsellor, you're a shopper, you're everything. You run around, you help the bride. You can even be a dresser, dressing a bride, because no one knows how to do the corseted dress up, or you know, the bride's having a meltdown, or someone's forgotten something at the shop. An example was one of the bridesmaids left her shoes at home, and there was nobody else to drive, so I had to drive and do a 60-mile round trip to get the bridesmaid's shoes. Run down the high street in the rain to get a new cravat for the groom, because he'd forgotten his at home and it was miles away. So I've done all kinds of things like that just to help make sure the wedding goes smoothly. One of the on the morning of a wedding, the mum of the bride fell out the front door and broke her hip, and I had to deliver that news to the bride.
Oh my God. I don't mean to laugh. I mean, I'm sorry for the lady, but the way that you said it, she fell out.
She did. She was rushing around and fell out of the front door, and there she was. I went up to the house, and she's lying outside on the front because she couldn't move, waiting for an ambulance. And it was stressful. And the bride was distraught because she wanted her mum at the wedding. You know, it was really hard. But luckily, the wedding went ahead. I convinced her, you have to get married. This is what your mum wants. And it was fine. It was an absolute, and she later said to me, Joyce, I'm so glad you convinced me to still get married. It was the best day ever.
So you're almost like you're like a PA, aren't you?
Yeah.
PA and a runner.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because you've been doing it such a long time, does that pressure lessen after a certain amount of time, or do you still feel it every single client that you have?
I still feel the pressure. Still feel the pressure, and not as much and not as deep. Yes. Because it used to, I'd actually feel personally affected by someone shouting or screaming, not necessarily at me, but at other people. I'd feel personally that they were having a go at me, and I'd take it personally, and I'd come home and feel, oh, that was awful, you know, she didn't enjoy it, she didn't like me, or but now I realise it's not personal. They're so stressed out. Brides get stressed out, and I always try to say to them, at the end of the day, it's just about getting married. It doesn't matter if one petal on a rose falls off, or someone's not got the right colour tie on or something, people will remember how you make them feel, and that's the most important thing. Yeah,
emotions are so heightened, aren't they, from every direction. Touching on that, have you had, obviously I won't ask you to name names, but have you had any bridezillas?
Oh yes.
Spill the tea.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think the worst bride I've ever had, I actually cancelled her 5 days before the wedding because she was just too much. She was rude. She just pestered me 24/7. And I'm only a human being, and it's really difficult when somebody is just rude. They're just rude, obnoxious, demanding. There's no need for that. I'm offering a service, and you don't own me. And I just felt like I really can't do this. I cannot do this wedding. And I said, I'm really sorry, but you have to find somebody else, because it was just so traumatic. I never slept for a week because she just never stopped. It was relentless. Now,
I don't know if you'd have done the wedding, how horrendously stressful that would have been for you.
Yeah.
Because by the sounds of it, she'd have picked fault no matter what.
Yeah. And I'm not. We all have our moments. We do, but you can't take it out on somebody else. And it was nothing to do with what I was doing. It was just, she was just taking out everything else on me, because she felt that she could. So I just didn't want that. But, out of well over 1,000 brides, 1,500 probably, that's one. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not nice what happened, but it's so nice that it is really rare that it does happen.
Yeah, really rare. The percentage is tiny.
Yeah.
And so it's more, I wouldn't necessarily say bridezilla, it's more mumzilla or best friendzilla. They're worse.
Okay. So recently, Joyce, you've appeared on the brand new number 7 commercial. Oh my God, congratulations. So first of all, well done for that. But secondly, was it strange for you being on the opposite side of the camera and having your makeup done by somebody else?
Oh, it was. It was really strange being called the talent.
Aww.
I found that really strange because, I'm usually the one who's bending over backwards to look after the talent, but the makeup artist was looking after me. The hairstylist was looking after me. It was really strange just to be pampered and looked after, and people getting me food and drinks, and I felt like royalty.
A queen.
Yeah.
Bless you. So obviously I know, like I say, because we've spoken before, so you're based in Berkshire, but the last few months or a long while, you've really been kind of having to travel up and down the country for work, obviously with everything open back up again, weddings going ahead, clients needing your services. Have you actually managed to, each time you drive up and down the country, have you been able to sit back and really take in the things that you're seeing, or are you just too like tunnel vision?
I'm just too tunnel visioned. The only time is like if you're staying over. So if I have to drive more than 2 hours, I stay the night before, especially if it's an early start.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'd have to get up or leave home at 3 a.m. and nobody wants a tired makeup artist on the morning. So so if I go the day before, I try to go and then enjoy a bit of the town or the city that I'm in. It's rare to be able to, unless your hotel might have a massage place or something, just relax. But yeah, most of the time it's just driving, and then you get there and then admin never stops. You know that it's 24/7, isn't it? We're always responding to, you think now that people get hold of you on Instagram, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, texts, calls, emails,
Yeah.
it never stops. So you know, that's what I tend to do in a hotel room is I'm working.
Still working.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you say, it has to be done, doesn't it? Otherwise it doesn't get done, especially if, like us, we're self-employed, so the onus is just on our shoulders.
Yeah, we're always working, and I used to find it really hard to switch off at night. I think, oh my goodness, an email's coming in and it's 10:30 at night, and I think I've got to answer that. But now I don't. I have a cut-off. And I think, you know what, that bride's getting married in 18 months. One night.
Yeah, few hours she can wait.
Yeah. And it's that I know there's a sense of urgency for them, or they're sending it because otherwise they'll forget.
Yeah. But
most people don't really expect an immediate response.
Exactly, especially not late at night either.
Yeah. Because, you know, shops aren't open late at night. Customer services are usually closed at 5. So we need that bit of me time to get away.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
It's just very hard to put into practice though, isn't it?
It is. Absolutely.
The idea is great, but when your phone's right there.
I'm my own worst enemy. I'm always looking, thinking, oh, what's everyone been up to today? I love Instagram. It's my favorite. Great. Yeah. And I think, you know, it's a good way to network as well, see what other people are doing, chat to them. It's grand in the grand scheme of things, and it's also how I keep up with trends. I'm always researching trends, the latest makeup looks, what's new this year, what are the colours, new makeup ideas, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's ideal then for you, isn't it? You can do your market research straight in the palm of your hand, can't you?
Yeah.
And I mean, me and you met from Instagram, and the amount of women I've met on Instagram, it's just been incredible, the connections that you can make. Oh,
absolutely. It's so good. And I love that we can just chat to people. And the good thing about Instagram is when people actually show themselves, you show who you are, because you know, someone might have a logo, you think, what does that person look like? What are they like? And then I love that stories show people's personal lives. You know, they're walking their holiday, they're at their pets, their children, maybe, whatever. I know a lot of people think, oh, why are people taking pictures of their food? But I like to see what sort of food these restaurants have.
We're all nosy, aren't we? Let's be honest. How did you find that difficult? Like for me personally, with my business, it used to just be product photography or things like that, or quotes and things. But when I started learning more about Instagram, and like you said, the general consensus is you've got to show yourself so that people start to build trust in you and see that you're a real human being. Did you find that difficult? Because in my era, I was kind of just I wasn't at the time where social media blew up. So I found that I've been really behind with it, and only just really joined the Instagram scene since 2019. So I've found that I've had to catch up a lot. Whereas for younger people, it's a lot easier for them because they're kind of conditioned to it, aren't they? Did you find it difficult?
I did. My first Instagram photo was of my car keys because I didn't know what you were supposed to do. I had no clue. And then I didn't really get into Instagram until the pandemic. So I was sharing a bit of my work, a bit of this, and I didn't really get into it until the pandemic happened. And then it was our outreach, wasn't it? It was the only way we could connect with other people in other than, you know, Facebook Live or whatever. At least with Instagram, you could talk to people. You could do lives, you could do reels, you could do all of those kinds of things. And I loved it for that. So I then started sharing pictures of me, and people actually liked pictures of me more than they did of my work. And I thought, this is weird.
It's hard, isn't it, though, to throw yourself out of your comfort zone and be like, you know, this is me, this is the person behind the brand, especially in the early days. And I think that the pandemic kind of forced us to, it gave us the time to learn how to do that and learn the best way to do it, and learn like what works on Instagram and what doesn't, and how, like you say, how you can connect with people. And it is, I think it's been a real saving grace, especially for businesses, because it's what we needed to keep obviously in our customers' minds over that time.
And the other thing I love about it is you see, say I was following you, you know, I met you through Sam, style editor, and then other people like her thing. So you might think, oh, I wonder who that is. And you pop onto their Instagram, and then you might follow them and find out more about those people. And that's what I love, that strong connection between us all. We all have that good connection. And you know immediately by listening to someone or seeing what they're about, whether you can connect with them. And
absolutely,
that's what's good about it. Yeah,
you're so right. What would you say, Joyce, has been your biggest challenge so far?
My biggest challenge is self-belief, believe it or not.
But you seem so confident. You always seem so upbeat, confident, outgoing.
Yeah, I am confident now, but years ago, I didn't believe in myself. No matter how much people used to say, oh my God, you're amazing, your work's amazing, we love this. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe I was ever good enough. And then I think I started reading more books and research and things like that. And I thought, if I don't believe in myself, how can I expect other people to believe in me? And you know, before jobs, before a wedding, before a photo shoot, before any of those things, I couldn't sleep because I was worried. Am I going to be good enough? Will they criticize me? What will they think? All those thoughts would go around in my head, but you have to let them go. And so now I feel so much more confident, not in, but I still feel strange if I say, you know, oh, I've won an award, or, you know, me being in the #7 advert. I still feel that those things to me feel like bragging.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's difficult, isn't it? Because it's like you want to share it, but then you think, am I being a bit too conceited by saying, oh, look what I won? But it's, I don't know, it's hard. It's a hard thing to balance, isn't it?
It is. It's very, very hard. But, you know, we've earned those things, though. We've earned the right to tell other people, look, this has happened, or, you know, it's no different to the Oscars, or these actors are saying, look, I've won actress of the year, actor of the year, film of the year. We're entitled to be just as excited and want other people to be excited for us. So
sorry, I was just going to say, I think as well, though, like, for example, you saying that you know that your following, specifically on Instagram, will be happy for you because they believe in you, they love you as a person, and they like what you're about. So I think that kind of cushions our own blows in our head, doesn't it, really, when we put it out there, because we know that we've got people behind us that really want to see us do well. So I think that makes a massive difference.
And I can see as well where social media makes people feel bad about things, because they think, oh, I've only got 3 likes, or I've only got 10 followers, or I've only got those numbers. But once you disregard all of that, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
I mean, someone could have 100,000 followers, but that doesn't generate into sales or income for their particular business, does it? So it's all about having people that follow you, that want to follow you. I think that's the most important thing. Whether it's 10, 100 or 1,000, it doesn't make a difference. As long as you're providing people with value and giving them things that they want to see, it makes no difference on the numbers.
And interaction. You want people to interact with you. You want to talk to people and say, wow, that's so good. I always champion other women, especially. And like you put something up about the award thing. I went, oh my God, it's amazing. And it's that. And it doesn't matter if you don't win. You were a finalist. That's it. And that's the amazing thing. I've been a finalist a couple of times in the last year, and it's still that feeling like someone's picked me.
Yes, exactly.
I've got to the finals. It's so cool.
You do think to yourself, have they made a mistake? That's the thing I struggle with. Are you sure?
Have they got the right Joyce? I wonder if there's another one.
Oh dear. So talking about your challenges, Joyce, what would you say has been what has been your biggest highlight so far?
Well, the number 7 ad. Being in that number 7 ad and seeing myself on ITV. Well, I don't think
well
anything
deserved.
is going to beat that, definitely.
Oh, it's incredible. When I saw it, I was like, oh, Joyce, well done. It was just amazing. I'm so happy for you.
So amazing. And even though it's a split second, I had people screenshotting and going, is that you on ITV?
That's Joyce. There she is. Bless you. So obviously that's a huge achievement. Moving on, what are your goals and aspirations, like both professionally for your business, but also for you as a person for the future?
So I want to grow my studio. So obviously at the moment, because I'm traveling up and down the country, I'm probably only at my studio once a week, which is not good enough. I want to be there. I want to grow that. I want to teach people how to feel good with their skin and makeup. I really, really want to do that. It's a huge thing. I've always wanted it. So year 25, next year, that is my target. I want to get there, get more people into the studio. And I love a launch party. I'm always having parties. My goodie bags are the best, I have to say. Everyone says that. Your goodie bags are amazing, Joyce. I really, really, really want to do a party. But, at the moment, it's a bit touch and go, isn't it? So that's on the cards, hopefully. And then I want to do, for me personally, I want to travel. I love traveling. Traveling is my second love, apart from skincare, and my children, of course.
Oh yeah, go about them.
So I love traveling, and I'm already looking for things to do, and I've booked 2 trips for next year and 2 for the year after to catch up on all the ones I lost last year. So I love traveling, and I go solo. My last trip was to Japan in September 2019. So for me, that's a long time. It seems like a decade more than 2 years ago. And so definitely I want to achieve more. And I'm always learning. Like I said to you, I'm always learning more about skin, more about texture, more about treatments, and all of that kind of stuff. So I want to learn more about skin, how it works, what happens more, and to help people feel good about their skin and normalizing their skin. It's not just there's hormones play a big part in it. Our hormones, the imbalances, our diet, lots of different things. So I want to give that back. And one of the things, educate people. And one of the things I do, I work for a charity called Look Good, Feel Better, and I teach women with cancer how to do skincare and makeup. So throughout the pandemic, we've been doing that online. And again, it's women from all over the country signing up online and coming along to these workshops. It's been good.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, Joyce, you're so lovely.
Oh, thank you.
So just before we go, if you could tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, so they can get hold of me on my website, which is www.joyceconnormakeup.co.uk, and that's Connor with an OR, because a lot of people put ER. But if you just put Joyce Connor Makeup into Google, you're likely to find me. My Instagram is also Joyce Connor Makeup, and my email is info@Joyce Connor Makeup. So you're going to find me somewhere.
Yes, and I'll pop all the links. I'll pop all the links in the description as well, for everyone. Well, Joyce, without sounding corny, it's been a joy.
Yeah.
I bet you've heard that a few times.
Oh, I have. It's been an absolute pleasure, Michelle, and it's so lovely to chat to you. I think we could have talked for about 10 hours, couldn't we?
Yeah, I remember the other day on the phone we were just chatting, and you were like picking up your parcels and doing your shopping whilst we were putting the worlds to rights, weren't we?
Yeah,
it was brilliant. But yeah, it's been lovely, Joyce, and thank you very much, and everybody go and check out Joyce. Thank you
so much.
Speak to you soon. Bye.